Hi, my name is Margaret Humphreys, and I'm the Director of Academic Success here at HBU. And today we're going to talk about the different styles of note-taking. Note-taking is an important skill when you are in college because there is a lot of information thrown at you, and you have to quickly process it. So these three presentations in this section will help you to do that so you make the most of your time and your resources so you can do well. First of all, we're going to talk about three different forms of taking notes. So the first section is about formal versus informal. Formal means you utilize the Roman numeral system, numbers, capitalized numbers, lower letters. So you first start with a capital A with the main point, and then when you go down to the two major supporting points, you would have a 1 and a 2. And then if you go down to an example or a smaller point, you would have an A and a B, and you would continue in this format. So this would be the formal style. Your next main point would be then a capitalized B, and you would keep going. Informal utilizes dashes, indentions, maybe you like to use stars, and you do your main point. This style is sometimes considered easier because you have a lot more flexibility as you're writing notes. Where formal, though some people like it, you have to kind of be very intentional with how you organize things, which isn't always as easy when you have a professor, but if you like that style, go for it. So the Cornell note-taking system has been around for over 45 years. It's also called the T-note system. So this is a very helpful system when you're trying to have a lot of information thrown at you and you have to sift through it quickly. So there's three different sections. The first section is actually the notes, where you record what information are you being given in lectures. Then the second section is called the cues, and that's a section you leave blank. So before you even start, you'd actually put a small line down the straight of your paper on the left side for the cues, and then you'd make a line across at the bottom for the third section. So the cue section, you maybe put main ideas, if you have a question about what your professor is saying, or even maybe you draw pictures if it's a diagram or graph to kind of help you remember the information. The third section is the summary, where you write a sentence or two describing the whole of what you learned today or what was covered. This helps a lot when you're studying and help you to know what was the focus of what you were learning. The third way is called a think link or a mind map. And this is where is something I've called an idea cluster in the essay writing portion, but is also called a think link. The first step is you write the topic or the main issue in the middle, and that would be food for this example. And then you put arrows out and write like subtopics, and then you keep going writing subtopics from there. You can see the bottom example picture on the right. You can go and expand quite far. So after you keep drawing your lines, you continue until you connected all of your ideas. So these are three ways that you can write notes. If you want more information on the Think Link, we have an app and a link here, along with there's links for Cornell and wiki about explaining Cornell, along with formal outline notes. And as always, if you would like to see more tools and resources, look under the tools section for note taking. Thank you.